Alright, boys and girls, lesson 7.8 video D is all about practice. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 story problems that I want you to work a lot. I don't know how much space I'm going to have. So I'm going to type them out and put them here, and then what you will work on them, and then pause the video, work on them, and then when you're done, you'll restart the video and we'll check and see how you did. Alright, 5th graders, here are your problems. Ben bought 6.2 pounds of candy. Each pound cost 90 cents. How much did he spend on candy? Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. Sandy walks 8.85, excuse me. Alright, sorry. Sandy walks 0.85 mile to school. Shemaiah walks only 3/10 as far as Sandy. How far does Shemaiah walk to school? Problem 3. C wrote 4 letters to her pen pals. For each letter, she bought a stamp. Each stamp cost 60 cents. How much did she spend on stamps? Sorry, I'm trying to sneeze again. Final problem. Edwin bought 2 pounds of donuts that cost $5.98 per pound. What was the total cost? So take some time, pause the video, work the problems, and then when you're done, restart the video and see how you did. Alright, 5th graders, hopefully you took some time, worked on these problems. I'm going to try and get through the rest of this video without trying to sneeze. Good gracious. While I paused the video, I sneezed like 6 times, so I thought my head was going to explode. So, here we go. Problem number 1. Ben bought 6.2 pounds of candy. Each pound cost 90 cents. How much did he spend on his candy? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little multiplying here. We're going to take 6.2, multiply that by 0.90. Now, we don't have to, at this point in time, multiply by 0, but we just have to make sure that we know that we are now multiplying by the tens, well, the next category in. 9 times 2 is 18, write down the 8, carry the 1, 9 times 6 is 54, and then we're going to add 1, so it's going to be 55. We don't have to multiply by the zeros, so now we have to figure out how many spaces to the right of the decimal point, or in this case, decimal points. Okay, so we have 1 here, 2, 3. So we need to have 1, 2, 3. Our decimal point is going to go right there. So Ben bought $5.58 worth of candy. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't eat it all in one spot, or he shares it with the rest of us. Okay, now let's look at our second problem here. Sandy walked 0.85 mile to school. Shemaiah walks only 3/10 as far as Sandy. How far does Shemaiah walk to school? So what we're going to do is we're going to take Sandy's walk, which is 0.85. We're going to multiply it. Shemaiah only walks 3/10, so we're going to multiply. I don't like the way that looks. I hope my stylus isn't dying. Times 0.3. Multiply that out. 5 times 3 is 15. Write down the 5. Carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. Carry the 2. 3 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. And then we have, now we're going to count the number of spots to the right of the decimal point in the problem. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Decimal point is going to go right here. It's filled with 0. So Shemaiah walks 0.255 mile. Okay, so she walks a little over of a quarter, because a quarter of a mile is going to be 0.25. So she walks a little bit more than a quarter of a mile to school. Alright, now let's talk about C, the letter writer. She wrote 4 letters to her pen pals. For each letter, she bought a stamp. Each stamp cost 60 cents. How much did she spend on stamps? So we're going to take 4 number of letters, and she bought a stamp for each, so we're going to times that by 0.60. Okay. First, multiply by 0. We don't have to, but when we start multiplying by 6, we have to make sure we know we're starting in the tens, the second column. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay. And now we have to count the number of spots to the right of the decimal point. So we have 1 here, we have 2 there. So we need to make sure we have 1, 2 in the answer. So this is 1, this is 2. Our decimal point is going to be right there. So C spent $2.40 because we have to replace that X with a 0, because otherwise you look at that and you're going to think it's another problem, an algebra problem with the X. Alright, and then our final problem, Edwin bought 2 pounds of donuts that cost $5.98 each. Yummy, yummy donuts. So what we're going to do is multiply $5.98 times 2. Okay, so figure out the total cost. 8 times 2 is 6. Write down the 6. Carry the 1. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Now, how many spots to the right of the decimal point? 1, 2. We don't have any here, so we're going to go 1, 2. Decimal point right there. Edwin spent $11.96 on donuts. Alright, boys and girls, hopefully that all made sense. If it doesn't, check and see where you made your errors, or check and see what was confusing. If you're still confused, talk to Mr. Winkleman and he will help you out. Otherwise, well, regardless, you should probably go talk to Mr. Winkleman because he's got a wonderful gift for you. Alright.